Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum my dear students. How are you? I hope you'll be fine. I'm here with a new video of chapter number 2. Does he remember? We have completed the explanation of this chapter and now we'll move towards the question and answers and the comprehension that has been provided to you in the end of this chapter. So let's move towards the question and answers. Question number 1 says, Part A, what did Mike see when he arrived at the gate? Right, students? So first you have to find out that what is actually asked and in which tense, right? So we have to keep in mind that answer should be in the same tense in which the question has been phrased. ठीक है, तो आप आंसर हमेशा उसी टेंस में देते हैं जिस टेंस में आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा गया होता है. ज़्यादातर जो आपके क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वो पास्ट टेंस में होते हैं. तो जब आप आंसर फ्रेज कर रहे होते हैं तो वहाँ पर क्योंकि क्वेश्चन नहीं होता, आपके पास कोई डिड नहीं होता. ठीक है, तो आप जब वहाँ पर पास्ट टेंस यूज़ करते हैं तो ज़्यादातर आपका जो आंसर होता है वो सेकेंड फॉर्म में चेंज हो जाता है. तो यहाँ पर आपसे क्वेश्चन पूछा है, व्हाट डिड माइक सी व्हेन ही अराइव्ड एट द गेट. माइक ने क्या देखा? So let's find out that what did Mike actually see when he arrived at the gate. If you remember, students, we found that Mike saw a bell and there it was written, beware of dogs. So this could be the answer of question number 1. So the answer is mentioned in the paragraph also, and here this sign that is written on this gate, you can write the answer from here also. So we'll simply write the answer as, when Mike arrived at the gate, he saw a sign that said, beware of dogs. This is the answer to part number A. Now part B says, give 2 reasons why Mike did not climb over the gate. You have to provide 2 reasons. So there must be 2 reasons in the passage. Let's find out. The first one is, of course, the presence of the dogs as it was mentioned on the gate. So he did not want to take the risk and become victim. This was the first reason. And the other reason is provided over here, students. Besides, he was now too old to be climbing over gates. So this was the other reason that he did not climb the gates. So we'll simply write the answer as, Mike did not climb over the gate because he knew that the sign might be true and because he was too old. These are the 2 reasons that he did not climb the gates. Part C says, students, had Mike been to the house before? How do we know? So they are basically asking us that had Mike ever visited Nabil's house ever before this time? ठीक है, क्या नबील इससे पहले यहाँ पर आया था? माइक नबील के घर पर इससे पहले कभी आया था, यहाँ आने से अभी इससे पहले? एंड हाउ डू वी नो, आया था या नहीं आया था? दोनों सूरतों में वी हैव टू गिव रीजंस कि हमें कैसे पता चल रहा है, कौन से ऐसे फ्रेजेस हैं इस पैसेज के अंदर दैट आर इंडिकेटिंग दैट ही हैड और ही हैड नॉट बिन हेयर बिफोर. On page number 16, students, in paragraph number 2, we'll find the answer over here. Mike waited and mused about the old days. He shifted from one foot to the other, thinking about all the occasions he had visited this very house. So this phrase is telling us that he had been to this house before also. Those were the good old days. Nabil was such a good company, and those dogs of his, they were little puppies then. So he also remembered that Nabil had puppies. The dogs that were barking now were puppies then, and how he had teased them, how time had moved on. He was an adult now. So these words, these sentences are telling us that he had visited Nabil's house before also. So we'll simply write that yes, Mike had been to the house before. We know because it says that he was thinking about all the occasions he had visited this very house, and because he remembers Nabil's dogs as puppies. ठीक है, तो ये दोनों बातें शो कर रही हैं कि वो इस घर में पहले भी आ चुका है. सही है, ये 2 रीजंस हम यहाँ पर लिख देंगे. The next question, part D, says, what kind of room was Nabil sitting in? Nabil किस किस्म के रूम में बैठा हुआ था? ठीक है, we have to describe the room in which Nabil was sitting. Let's find out. So dear students, on entering the hall, Mike was shown into a dark living room. This word is telling us that he was sitting in a large living room, because when Mike entered the house, he was following an old man, and then he came to a room where Nabil was sitting. And this was a dark living room. The heavy curtains on the windows kept out the light and everything, telling us that the room was quiet and very much dark. And then the conversation started over here. Hello dear Mike, came a greeting from the shadowy form. It's been many years. Ah Nabil, is that you? Asked Mike nervously. So who was sitting on the sofa? It was Nabil, who greeted Mike on his arrival. ठीक है, तो यहाँ से हमें पता चलता है कि नबील जो जब कमरे में एंटर हुआ तो वो एक बड़ा सा रूम था, लेकिन बिल्कुल अंधेरा था उसमें, और वहीं पर माइक बैठा हुआ था, नबील बैठा हुआ था. So we'll simply write Nabil was sitting in a large dark living room. Next question, party says, how did Marmaduke react to Mike? It was a difficult question, that what was the reaction of Marmaduke when he saw Mike, or when he felt his presence. You'll find the answer on page number 18, where it's mentioned that then there was a chaos. The dark form leapt into the air, urgently scrambling to get off the sofa. A snarling, raging Marmaduke, leaping forward towards Mike, drowned out the baying from the distant bedroom. So what was the reaction of Marmaduke from all this? We can conclude that Marmaduke reacted angrily to Mike as soon as he smelled him. We'll write this short and precise answer. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, आपको सिर्फ ये बता देने की ज़रूरत है कि मार्माड्यूक का रिएक्शन कैसा था, उसने क्या जो है वो देखते ही माइक को देखते ही उसने किस तरह से रिएक्ट किया. तो आप यहाँ पे सिंपली यही लिखते हैं कि उसको बहुत ही गुस्से वाला रिएक्शन था उसका. पार्ट एफ, हाउ डिड माइक लीव द प्रॉपर्टी? हाउ माइक लेफ्ट द हाउस, किस तरह से वो घर छोड़कर भागा है. लेट्स फाइंड आउट. So here is the answer. Mike leaped up and over the gate like an athlete in his prime and collapsed in a heap on the dusty ground. He stood up shakily and still breathless, dusted his jacket and trousers with trembling hands. From his pocket he took a large white handkerchief and wiped a sweat off his brow. So this was how Mike left the property. Again we'll write the precise answer as Mike left the property by running out and leaping over the gate. Right students? Simple, short and precise answer. Now we'll move towards the difficult questions. Part G says, which words and phrases tell us that Mike was frightened of Marmaduke? There are a lot of phrases and words, students, that tells us that Mike was very much frightened of Marmaduke. Let's find them out. Number one, on page number 16, students, you'll find here in the second last paragraph, Mike made sure to keep close to the old man, determinedly staying a step behind him. Mike ये इस बात को make sure करना चाह रहा था, यकीन करना चाह रहा था कि वो old man से करीब करीब रहे. तो ये एक डर और खौफ की निशानी है. Because students, we can say that we tend to stay close to someone when we are frightened. ठीक है, हम किसी से करीब होने की कोशिश कब करते हैं? जब हम थोड़ा सा खौफज़दा होते हैं, हम थोड़े से डरे हुए होते हैं, तो हम जो है वो किसी का सहारा पकड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं, उसके पीछे पीछे चल रहे होते हैं. Similarly, we'll find many phrases on page number 17 as Mike edged forward. Mike जो था वो आगे की तरफ बढ़ गया. तो ये भी बता रहा है कि his movement is slow, which tells us that he is scared rather than confident. ठीक है, ये सारी चीज़ें हमें बता रही हैं कि जो मार्माड्यूक से माइक कितना ज़्यादा डरा हुआ था, और उसकी जो मूवमेंट्स थी ना, उसके अंदर भी खौफ नज़र आ रहा था. सिमिलरली यहाँ पर जो है वो गेस्ट, ये जो वर्ड है ये भी शो कर रहा है कि माइक जो है वो डरा हुआ था. और इसी तरह से यहाँ पर आई डू स्टार्टर्ड माइक, इंसान कब हकलाता है, कब उसकी ज़बान लड़खड़ाने लगती है, जब वो घबराया हुआ होता है. ठीक है, और इसी तरह से यहाँ पर पूछ रहा है कैन यू बी श्योर दैट ही, आर यू श्योर दैट ही डज नॉट रिमेंबर मी. तो ये सारे वर्ड्स हमें बता रहे हैं कि माइक वॉज वेरी मच फ्राइटेंड ऑफ मार्माड्यूक. Now part H, students, how do you know Marmaduke recognized Mike? हमें कैसे पता चला कि मामा ड्यूक ने जो है माइक को पहचान लिया? तो we can say that. So students, you can see that the dark form on the sofa stirred, a large head was raised, and two great nostrils sniffed the air loudly. This phrase is telling us students that Marmaduke recognized Mike by his smell. उसने सूंघ के माइक को पहचाना था. So here we end up with the question and answers, students. I hope you liked the video. Please like, share and comment in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thanks for watching the video till the end. Take care. Allah Hafiz.